No, no. Yeah, we're having these conversations. We need to talk to some of the players, and we got to check how some of those guys are feeling. And then we'll make a decision. Obviously, we'll have to announce it tomorrow, and so yeah, we're in the process of it.
Does any thing play into it? Who your opponent's going to be, or is it just you're going to go whatever way you're going to go regardless?
Yeah, I think we're going to make the decision that we feel is best for our team. So whether it's keeping some of the guys in their routines or giving some of the guys some extra rest. So that's why we were off yesterday, about to get on a workout today, and then I'm gonna check with some of the guys and have those conversations with them, and then make that final decision. But we have an idea. We have different routes that we could go. But again, I don't think who we're playing will factor into this decision.
Is Senga still in that mix?
He is.
Okay.
Next question is from Tony DeComo.
Hey, Carlos, just to follow up on that, are you considering Minaya as well on regular rest, or would you want to give him an extra day?
Yeah, and that's what some of the things that we're talking, and I got to talk to him to see if that extra day, or do we keep it on regular rest. So there's a lot going on. We're not only with him, but this is Sevi, Senga. So yeah.
How, I guess, nice is it after a few weeks of just sort of having to pitch whoever's rested and available, sort of having a little time and options at your disposal now?
Yeah, it's nice. It's nice to be able to have these off days here, and you could reset and just kind of map it out as much as you want, But I think it's just more like the rest for our guys, our position player group, our bullpen guys, in just the whole team in general, with all the back and forth and the traveling and the intense games that we've been playing. So to be able to have these couple of days to reset and guys get treatment and things like that is huge.
Next question is from Tim Healy.
Hey, Carlos, going into tonight and tomorrow night for McNeil in Arizona, is the plan for him to play 9 innings tonight and then aim for that again tomorrow?
Yeah. Hopefully he gets 4 at bats. That's the goal, whether he goes 7, somewhere between 7 and 9, and then he'll do the same tomorrow. So that's the goal. So that he could go back to back and just get that volume and being on his feet and the ups and downs and playing a full game.
And with eyes on including him on Sunday, it seems, if that goes well.
Yes, that's correct. He's in the conversation, and we have to make some decisions as far as our roster goes.
Thank you.
Next question is from Mark Healy.
Hey, Carlos. The other night when you decided to close with Edwin Diaz to close it out, there was some thought process, I guess, with people watching that you would stick with David Peterson. How much of that decision to put in Edwin, not just because he's your guy, you said after the game, he's your guy, I wanted him in there, but how much of it was to also get him prepared for the next step, that to help his confidence? And did that play a role in your decision making there?
In order for us to continue to get where we want to get, we're gonna need him. I've been saying that since May when he was struggling, and he always finds a way to get the job done, to go through those struggles. I think there's a combination of a lot of things here the past week where we've been riding him pretty hard. But the one thing from him is he always wants the baseball. He wants to be in those situations. He wants to be in those moments, and he's our guy. So once Petey got through that 8th inning, it was an easier decision for me. He's Diaz. He's gonna get the job done, and he did. And he's gonna help him and all of us moving forward now. And that's what good closers. This is what really good big league players do. They have that ability to turn that switch and just the short memory, like it doesn't matter what happened yesterday. It doesn't matter. I have to get the job done today. So for him to go out there and get the last 3 outs is, like I said, is good for him and good for all of us.
Next question is from Manny Gomez.
Hey, Carlos. Just to follow up on Edwin there, in that last outing, he looked at he struggled to find the strike zone there in his first 8-9 pitches. I think the one strike that they called a strike was also out of the strike zone. But then after that mound visit, he seemed to settle in and was more aggressive. What does he need to, what were the changes that you saw from the beginning of that outing to the end of the outing that allowed him to be successful in the end?
He found a way to slow the game down. I felt like maybe a little bit of emotions there. Game got fast a little bit for the first couple of hitters, but then Hef went out there and with some of the guys there, I thought that the way he slowed the game down there, and then he started making pitches, and I think the velo went up too. I was watching the replay, and the last pitch that he got slobber was 101. So when that fastball, not only with velo, but is a fastball that had that dry, it makes him really effective. So I think it came down to him slowing the game down and just taking one pitch at a time, and he did that.
And then just to follow back up on a Kodai Senga question really quick. If and when he gets the start or when he makes an appearance, we know he can't come in the middle of an inning, but could he come in the middle of a game? Let's say Peterson maybe starts or something, or McGill throws 2-3 innings and then Senga comes in. Is that a possibility for him?
Um, yeah, but I think as I sit here, I'd much rather give him the ball and start the game so he could go through, the whole routine and the whole preparation. Like I've been saying it, this guy is very meticulous about his routine. But it'll be a conversation with him. But as of right now, I think we're looking at him to start a game.
Next question is from Dave Lennon.
Hey, Carlos, I know you have a lot on your plate coming up with this series, but I also know that it's been like less than a year since you've been with the Yankees. Did you get a chance to watch some of the game last night? Did you congratulate those guys? What does it feel like that both you and the Yankees are now in the Final Four of MLB right now?
Yeah, I watched the game last night. I texted a lot of people. There's a lot of people that I have a lot of respect for. And it's just great. It's great for baseball. It's great for the city of New York that the two teams are in this position and with a really good opportunity to continue to move forward. So they are a really good team. They have a really good manager, and they have a really good players. That's a deep roster there, and hopefully we see each other. But we have to take care of business. We have another series in front of us, and they have to get through their next series as well. So I think it's just one game mentality, one series at a time, and then see what happens. But a lot of respect for a lot of people there, and they deserve this.
Carlos, and also just, I mean, you've been a part of the Subway Series during the regular season for quite some time. You got a taste of it as a manager on the other side across the town. Could you even imagine what a World Series would be like between those two teams? Just knowing what you've seen from the regular season.
It'll be amazing. It'll be an unbelievable experience. And like I said, for the city of New York and for the two fan bases, it'll be like a dream come true, So again, don't want to get too far ahead,
Sure.
but the fact that the two teams are in it in a position to do something special is a great feeling for a lot of people, and especially for us with the Mets, and then for the Yankees as well.
Right. Thanks, Carlos.
Next question is from Laura Albany.
Hey, Carlos, I was just wondering, do you foresee David Peterson's role to continue to be fluid throughout the NLCS? And what about him do you think makes him so adaptable?
Yeah, it'll continue to be fluid. I feel like the job he's done out of the bullpen has been unbelievable, and that's another weapon that allows to deployed at any time, at any point in the game, whether it's in the middle of the game for multi-innings role, or for a high leverage situation against a lefty, or anybody it's not easy what he's done. This is a guy that is being a starter, and then all of a sudden, after the year we clinched the playoff, we're asking him to go to the bullpen, and he's adjusting really well. So like I said, he's fluid, but I could see him playing a big role in this next series coming up out of the bullpen as well.
And also with Ryan Stanek, obviously he's historically been a good reliever, but he struggled with the Mariners in the first half of the season and adjusted when he came over here. What adjustments have you seen out of him that have allowed him to regain his form?
Yeah, look, he's had a pretty good career. He's been in a lot of good teams, in a lot of playoff games. He's got a really good arm. I think you got to give credit to not only Stanek, but Jeremy Hefner, and a lot of our group that work behind the scenes that is looking at mechanics and some of the things that he was doing or he wasn't doing to get him back on track. So it was more like the fastball command, the life on his fastball, and he did that. I feel like every player is going to struggle at some point. That's part of the big league, 162, and he went through struggle, especially before the Mariners traded him, and we knew we had a good arm, and he went out there, make some adjustments, and now he's a big piece of our bullpen on our team.
Thank you.
Next question is from Tony DeComo.
Hey, Carlos, I got two more for you. One, just logistically, how are you handling these few days off? What are you hoping to accomplish, whether it's rest, whether it's, things you can do in workouts as a team? What do you want to get out of them?
Yeah, we were off yesterday. We needed a break. Getting ready for a workout today. It'll be a full workout. We'll have some guys throwing live BP. I think guys like haven't pitched in a while, like Aravino, Danny Young, those guys will face some of our hitters. We'll keep them short. We'll take our full batting practice. We'll do full defensive drills, and then we'll do the same tomorrow. There won't be no live BP tomorrow, obviously, because we have a game the next day, but we'll go through a full workout. And I think the biggest thing is just some of the guys that need treatment, that they can come in, they can move around, and they can work, they can get some work done in the training room, in the weight room. And then just for those, like I said, some of those arms I haven't seen hitters, they'll be able to do that today.
And two, just regarding McNeil, assuming he does come back for the NLCS, would you guys consider carrying an extra or one less pitcher on the roster, or to keep someone like Acuna on there, or you kind of like having the extra pitching?
We are considering every scenario, and those are some of the conversations that we'll continue to have throughout the day. And, we'll make that final call and what's best for the team, whether it's to carry that extra position player, whether it's, just keep it as it is and go with the arms that we got. So yeah, there's a lot of different routes here that we could go, and we'll continue to have those dialogues here pretty soon.
Next question is from Mike Fitzpatrick.
Hey, Carlos. Obviously, some of your biggest swings and biggest contributions this postseason have been from, your veteran guys, guys who have played at least some in the postseason before. Francisco, Pete, Brandon Nimmo, but also in that group is Mark Vientos, who's in his very first full big league season. Just wondering what you what is it about him, in addition to his talent, but what is it about him, his makeup at a young age and with limited experience, that allows him to thrive in his first postseason here and under this sort of pressure?
Yeah, proud of him, man, because he's not easy. He's what he's done not only during the regular season, but what he's doing in the postseason. That's not easy to do, especially at that age. I think his ability to not only slow the game down, having the awareness of the situation every time he's at the plate, but just like I say, having an idea what the pitcher is trying to do to him. He's a really good hitter that is maturing a lot. And he's not afraid to go the other way. He's not afraid to just try to put the ball in play. But if they make a mistake, he's gonna do damage, and he's done that. So You got to give him credit. This is something that is not easy to do, especially at that age in these moments now in October. So proud of him, and it goes to show you that we have a really good player here that is performing at the highest level, and it's a good feeling. And people talk about the at bats and things like that, but the way he's playing defense too at third base, he's been pretty steady there. So you got to give him credit. Proud of him, and he's a big part of what we're doing here.